So, Marcus, would you like to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about Solar Panels London?
Yes. So, hi, my name is Marcus. I'm the director at Solar Panels London. We're a family firm based down in Northwest London. Myself and my dad, I handle the bulk of it. My dad is he's been in the industry a long time, so he helps me with a lot of the experience side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes to be on site, doesn't he?
Yeah, he likes. He's in his words, he's a grease monkey, so he likes.
Yeah. I remember when we met up. He was on like a site or something like that, and yeah, it's nice to see that you guys are working together for a family-run business. I think that's a really big selling point for you guys.
Yeah, and I think my dad is, especially, he could sell ice to a polar bear. He's one of those classic old school guys, So just so I learn a lot from him as well, So yeah, it's been great working with him. Yeah.
Perfect.
Definitely. Sounds good. I mean, how long have you been working with us so far?
So now this has been about a month and 1 week, I believe, and I'll be honest with you, it's been fantastic. The results for us have been, I suppose, if at the beginning we were learning how everything works. It was our first time working with each other, but the way you guys provide all the necessary information, you line things up for us, and has been fantastic for us. I'll be honest with you. We've managed to work out a way we like to work, with you guys, and since we've managed to tweak it to get it to where we need it to be, whenever we've gone to the customers now, it's been, they know why we're there, or they have idea why we're going to be there, and so there's no shock as to why we're communicating. There's no shock as to what we're here to do, which means that when we just have a normal dialogue, it's very easy. Transitions very simple. And then the customers, they show us around the properties and things like that, and we just in normal fashion, we just have a laugh. And then and then they seem like they're keen and interested in working with us, and then so far I think out of one of the specific ones we've had, I think one of the very first ones where we said we had a great meeting of, that's now actually at a second stage.
Really?
Where we've had a second meeting with them, and we've got to redo the proposal quotation, but
based on site survey, is it?
Yeah. So based on the site survey, and based on the second meeting we had with them, and also our business partners, just to finalize if they want, say, battery capacities, or if they want extra on the roof, because sometimes they just really want to future-proof what they've got going on. So and just to get an idea of where they're heading in business-wise in the future as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, this is the whole thing, right? We need to learn how you work. You need to learn how we work. Like, when you get the leads passed over to you, you might need a certain thing that's different to a different customer. So, it's about sort of understanding how we can make that work initially, get the first couple of the meetings out of the way, and then, okay, I want to change this a little bit like this, and then we can add that to your client profile, and then make sure that we're, making things more seamless as they go on. Because, we understand that not all processes are perfect, but if we can make it work as well as possible, then that's what we're really looking for. So what sort of sparked your interest about working with us in the first place?
You guys have really good marketing. So I was actually on holiday in Honduras. I was visiting my missus' family for pina coladas and all that. And I was on LinkedIn, and I saw, I suppose we were having conversations that me and my dad, we speak all the time. We're always trying to brainstorm, always trying to find what can we do, how do we improve, what's the next steps, trying to find plans of attack. And then I saw you actually on one of the things, and you were talking about commercial, and I was like, okay, this is. And bearing in mind, we've actually worked with other companies to do commercial. So, and at that present point, we weren't having the best experience with them. And it came in, and then I think from you did a video where you broke down your process, and I was like, okay, I like this. I like the fact that I like the fact that you're very open. in the way you would like to, the mechanics of things. I think.
Yeah.
Because and it resonates with me because my dad is always like, you know, people can sell, everyone can sell, but no one can necessarily do it as well as you do. So it's like the fact that you can still show your process doesn't mean that they can do it the same way or
Yeah.
with the same.
Yeah. No, we understand that.
Yeah. So then fact is, you're like, okay, I was like, I like the fact that they show me, and it for me this could work. And then when I met with you arranged a meeting with Marcel, and Marcel's the guy, man. He's smooth talking. He is.
That's jokes.
That's not all I am.
Yeah, and then some, you know. So we had a conversation, and he broke down how it is, how you guys like it. And for us, I then for me, I brought that information to my dad, and we had a second, you know, teams meeting, and then Marcel spoke with my old man. And from there, we really kind of managed to get a clear vision of how that would work with us, and what we've got going on. So I think what I really appreciated with you guys that you were very accommodating. You understood the situations that we were in beforehand, and I love the way that you accommodated us for that. You know, very, very. Yeah. You did a lot of good customer service there.
Yeah. And leading on from that, with the sort of previous companies you might have worked with, what's the sort of comparison in terms of, like, you know, customer service and quality of leads that were being produced?
First of all, your quality of leads is fantastic. You know, of course, for us, I suppose the first two we had a few bit of hiccups with but from there, once we had the conversations and we kind of figure out how we want to navigate, even on our ends, tinkering with how we wanted to present ourselves, then the quality of leads just shot up, where it was just very strong leads, good communication, and just the right way of where we wanted to operate. And I like the fact that the customers were warmed, whereas in comparison to a lot of the other companies, they're not as prepared, they're not as warmed. You kind of have to do a lot of the groundwork yourself in comparison to you guys, where you guys kind of elevate the customer in a position which really helps us. Yeah,
perfect. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no, definitely. And would you say a performance-based approach is a scalable company method for a company like yours?
Yeah, definitely. I think in comparison to your company, feels like for us, it feels like it's something that we can build upon, a solid structure and a solid kind of business, because we know that we know we can get a certain amount of leads every period, which you can work around, you know, build upon. So say, for example, as you keep going and hopefully we can, you know, continue to do business over the course of the year, as things keep building and then we can strategize and navigate around the leads that you've given us, and then in the long term, that really helps us a lot.
Yeah, no, definitely. And what's the sort of average deal size in terms of revenue on each project that we've been bringing you at the minute?
I would say between 100 and 125,000 up to 300,000 at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good sort of range for commercial, right?
Yeah, no, that's really good. And the good thing about that one is that it's faster turnarounds than I mean, everyone could go for your £1 million deals, but in the commercial space, you're not going to see that money for a year, maybe even 2 years.
Yeah. No, definitely, man.
You know, so yeah, no, I'm thankful. You guys have hit a sweet spot with that kind of size range and the quicker turnaround, and it gets us in front of people that we need to speak to help, that either then directly or that they would then push the information to whoever it needs to go, which has helped us.
Yeah, perfect.
Definitely. So yeah, I mean, sort of one final question: would you recommend us to other companies that are looking for a more consistent workflow?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say if you're trying to get into the commercial space, or you're trying to get leads for the commercial space, I would highly recommend you guys 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
No problem at all.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.